That was super cool, you guys. Hey, what's up guys? John here, aka Bruce Lee. I'm a kickboxing teacher here from Canada, and today we're doing another Jackie Chan reactions. It seems like you guys are loving these, and I love Jackie Chan. Like, who doesn't, honestly, you guys? Today we're watching Supercop. I don't know exactly what happened in this movie, but it says here Supercop demonstration 1992. Secondly, before I was born, but I haven't seen this movie, but I assume it's going to be really good. I'm going to break it down from the perspective of a kickboxing instructor. I trained in Muay Thai as well, so I'll give it a bit of a breakdown, get some commentary on it, and I'm going to give it a score on 1 out of 10 based on 2 criteria. How realistic I think the fight scene is, and how entertaining the fight scene is, since that's really the main objective of the movie. And I really want to hear your scores as well below, so let's watch together right now. So this ended up being a pretty quick clip actually, so before I put my commentary in, I'll just let the whole video play like once through, and then let's talk about it afterwards.
You change your mind? Sorry.
That's very Bruce Lee. Parries. I wish I had Jackie Chan's charisma. Nice. Woo! All right. I love this scene, by the way, guys. I mean, you'll see my commentary in like 2 seconds, but I love this scene. Ooh.
Come on, you again. Should we?
Oh, that looks pretty intense. That is so funny. So I don't know what this. I'll call it the tank top guy. What he did there was he tried to parry a punch, which is a very realistic move, and especially like because Jackie Chan southpaw. When a southpaw does his jab, you will usually want to parry it across your body so that it just kind of gets redirected. But Jackie Chan was just like touching gloves, like a sign of like, you know, respect, like, you know, like fist bump, and he's like pop. It's it's just so intense, man. The guy's like wired right now. What? That's pretty intense. Now, just a little, I know I'm pausing a lot already, guys, but this whole like I find it's like pretty useless. Like the stance doesn't really do anything on a practical sense. But what I'll say is that like, especially a lot of martial artists who are a bit more spiritual or say a cultural thing, it really does like summon your courage almost to kind of like to channel yourself in that way and kind of get in the stance, or it just feels cool. I think practically speaking though, like I never do that. I don't think it in like a practical logical sense, I really don't think it does anything, but it looks cool. It's a little stiff though. Jackie Chan looks a bit more relaxed. Alright, that was cool. Alright, I like that a lot. Let's stop like right there super quick, guys, and back up a bit. So let's slow it down. What you see here is that Jackie Chan is kind of like leaning back to dodge. He actually starts parrying exactly the same way the guy was doing. So like I said, this whole like when the punch comes at you or whatever, a strike comes at you, you can just parry it across your body exactly like that. So super realistic. And Jackie Chan's face here is actually kind of funny in the freeze frame. So he gets the strike through. There's a bit of an exchange, and then when someone's pressuring you a lot like that, so let's back up one more time. when you're taking a lot of this pressure, taking hits, that left, or in this case, right front kick or lead front kick. So the reason I call it the lead front kick is that, like, if you're like a normal orthodox fighter, like what this guy is, your left hand and your left foot is in front. Traditionally, that's the orthodox way to do things. And so if your defensive teep, as we call it in Muay Thai, or your defensive front kick, is kind of like a pushing motion where you bring up your left knee and drive it straight across. That's really, really good when someone's like pouring it on you, and if they walk into that front kick, it does a lot of damage considering how little effort it takes. So very realistic. Like if I was Jackie Chan, I would have thrown the front kick maybe a bit sooner instead of trying to dodge and like block. I find like when you block, slip, or dodge punches, you can usually block like a few, like 3 to 4 straight, but after that you kind of get overwhelmed by the volume, and then you have to have really good reflex. At a certain point, you gotta just like push him off. With your hands, it's dangerous because it leaves your face wide open. But with a left front kick, or in this case a right front kick, it makes sense. Like so far, like this is pretty cool and very realistic. Jackie Chan, man. Another funny thing too, I'll just take note, guys. Like in my experience personally, guys are really stiff, like this tank top guy, versus like when you fight someone who's relaxed and smiling like Jackie Chan. I find it hard to deal with someone who looks like they're relaxed, having fun, and toying with me, because it's just kind of like disheartening, right? You're doing everything you can. The guy's just like, oh hey, nice. It's a little demoralizing, and I think that relaxed stance is closer to how I would define. So I actually find like the more relaxed, loose style that Jackie Chan's got here is a little bit more practical. Just my opinion and in my experience. Like that, where he's just kind of loose, ready to go. He's moving side to side. You got the lateral movement, naked angles. I like that double jab. Nice. A headbutt? What is good? Alright. Nice arm lock. Knee tap. Oh, he stayed on his feet. That was a cool double block. Woo! That was super cool, you guys. So let's back it up, though. I love that. That was super, super cool. So I'm going to play it slow for you guys. When Jackie Chan's moving side to side here, trying to find angles, trying to sense reaction, where he goes like double jab like that with his right hand, so the southpaw double jab. Let's see it right here. So he moves side to side, sees how the guy kind of reacts, kind of gauges of what's going to land. He's relaxed, and he kind of goes pop, pop, just to see. That's very realistic to landing in real life, so I think Jackie Chan does it right now. Bang! Bang! So, actually, the guy did parry one. When you throw a single jab, it's easy to deal with, right? You can parry it, you can block it, you can dodge it, sometimes even just take it. When you're in a double jab, it really does throw people off. Even my first day sparring, the first thing that my teacher told me after this is like 7 years ago, my first time sparring, but the first thing my teacher Anthony told me when I was like in sparring is I'd almost throw one jab, like one move, and they would just dodge it and hit me back. When it's simple things, like simple combos, like a double jab to set up something else, it made a huge difference, like instantly. So that double jab to kind of like read your opponent, I think is pretty realistic, and it's just a little too fast for the guy to deal with at first. But then Jackie Chan makes a mistake here of doing the same thing too much. So now the guy knows it's coming. He's able to like parry, kind of like Mr. Miyagi, like move it around that way. So this right here is I want to pause as well, and let's back up a little bit. So after a parry, Jackie Chan's gonna do he's gonna attempt kind of a back fist jab, and the guy literally headbutts him on the forearm. Depending on the angle that you hit, I do think this is possible. I'm surprised it would hurt Jackie Chan that much, though. I don't think like if someone hits you like, if it's this part of the forearm, like the bottom part, like you block with that in kickboxing all the time. So this part, it gets hardened up because you hold pads for people who are receiving kicks. You brace kicks with it a lot of the time. Like you naturally will want to block, protect your body from like punches. So the front part is usually pretty strong. But the back part, to take an impact with like a forehead, that can absolutely hurt either the muscles and the ligaments up here that kind of like put your wrist together, or even like the backwards bone. I don't know what it's called exactly, but there's the front bone, kind of the backbone here. So that's pretty realistic. So let's watch it in fast mode so you see what I'm talking about. Right here. Bang! He's like, ah! Right? Jackie Chan's like, it hurt his forearm. That's exactly what happened. I think it's possible for sure. Let's see what happens. He goes for a clinch, gets headbutted. This whole bull rush thing is so funny. I've never tried being like, ah, just like diving my head into someone. But what I will say, if we back up for a second, is that if it didn't get blocked, so he got a headbutt into the sternum here, that can hurt because like There's a reason headbutts are illegal because you can like really hurt someone, but also like skulls are hard. Like that's why they're there to protect your brain. Like they're freaking hard. So taking a headbutt here does like hurt and knock you back just like that. I don't really throw headbutts because it's illegal in the sport that I train in. But if someone kind of dove their forehead, I don't know if it would do that much damage, but I feel like it would definitely be uncomfortable. Like it doesn't feel good to have something jabbing into your sternum or your solar plexus. So I think it's kind of funny. I don't know how practical it is, but it makes for a good movie. Let's see what happens next. Good flurry of punches, good block, and it goes into an arm block. So one thing I would say there is that what he could have done, which was a lot less work, is do that front kick again. The tank top guy was actually leaving himself open. We see like how his body is open, his left hand is kind of down. He is possibly susceptible to a front kick. So with that left hand down, it means you can catch or redirect front kicks. But I think with the speed that Jackie Chan has, like it would have been worth it to try and do like a front kick or something else and just backing up the whole time. It didn't do anything wrong, so to speak. I just would have strategically preferred to do something different. Like my instructors always tell me like not to back up more than like one step in a row. So if you back up twice, like you're starting to get close to the ropes. Back up 3 times, you're in the corner. So we kind of train ourselves to like, if you back up once, the next time you move has to be forward or lateral, so you don't get trapped like this. But again, it's not necessarily inherently wrong. It's just strategically something that I noticed there. This arm lock, bring him down. I do think that works. Goes for a knee tap, and the guy just flips over onto his feet. I think that's hard to pull off. Like it does seem kind of choreographed, but it's absolutely possible, you guys. If you try to do like a hip toss over your shoulder, someone like, especially if they're taller than you, sometimes they just land on their feet. It's a waste of your energy. So yeah, it does happen. Like if you watch like grapplers, like sometimes if you see in the UFC like someone short fighting someone tall, it does totally come up. I like that triple. So it's a block and a double kick. So knee tap fails. So what Jackie Chan did right there is that he actually brought up his right heel to block the guy's side kick. That's possible. Superfoot Wallace actually does that. He'll actually interrupt your kick by jabbing his heel into your like ankle or the behind your knee or into your body when you're trying to like accelerate your kick. So you have the speed, you can do that. He has a double kick there, which I'll do one more time. That double kick there without putting your foot down. So you bring up your knee, and it's called chambering the knee, and you can actually snap 2 kicks in midair. I find that they don't hurt that much. Like, there's not that much force into it as opposed to like a full, like, loaded up roundhouse kick, like in the Muay Thai style. But you can obviously hurt someone or throw someone off guard like that. So a lot of like Taekwondo guys or karate guys are really good at like chambering the knee like that. We're gonna look at the block, double kick, and then Jackie Chan actually goes in for a clinch and a knee to the head. It's interesting what he did here. He grabbed the head and he just jumped at him. I find most people do the jumping knee. They don't bother grabbing the head even. They literally just like just do the jump, and he did a really good spinning back kick there. So the reason like Jackie Chan like ended up in this pose too is that when you back kicks, you spin, release like kind of your usually in this case the right side into like basically a side kick. You spin, and you're supposed to spin back and rewind almost to get back in your stance really quick. So very realistic from Jackie Chan here. What he could have done though is if he spun, push the guy back, just keep spinning, face him, like go 360, face him again, and just keep pouring on more kicks while the guy is like falling into the pole. That would have been ideal strategically, but otherwise, you know, still pretty good. Back to that relaxed state. Nice side-to-side motion. Good block. There we go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, man.
Time out, you.
Let's back up one more time, you guys. So the guy kind of goes forward, and you see like Jackie Chan, all he has to do is like swipe to the side, step to the side there. That's what I'm talking about. Like lateral motion is definitely a big part of like, especially modern mixed martial arts, which is modern martial arts in general from like a kickboxing standpoint. Like when people talk about like angling off, that's what we mean. Like if we want you to step sideways as much, like a lot, not just go forward and back. Like, it's not Street Fighter. It's not 2D where you can only go forward and back. Lots of cool blocks here. The reason Jackie Chan's back got hit there is that he actually turned to the side too much. Pretty realistic. The blocks like this, pop, 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 pop. top. That's kind of karate style. I actually don't like blocking punches like that. I prefer to parry them just like you would to the face, or just use my elbow. I like sometimes if you get lucky, it sounds kind of mean, but sometimes as someone's knuckle comes in, you can actually elbow their knuckle or elbow the top of their fist, and in some like it hurts them through the glove, or in some cases even breaks their hand, in which case, you know, your fight's gonna be a lot easier if they have a broken hand. So it sounds kind of mean, but I think it's I personally don't block like this. Absolutely works though. You'll see it in a ton of different martial arts styles. That double punch like that, like the this Dragon Ball like fusion dance like this, I don't know if that actually works. I feel like in theory it does, like especially if you put your whole body into it. I've never tried it and succeeded. I have tried it. It didn't work. I just got hit in the face while I left myself open. But I feel like it works. I don't know. Why not? Good roundhouse. I've never tried that nose thing, but I feel like it's smart.
Come on, you good.
So that's it, guys, for Supercop with Jackie Chan. I actually never saw this movie. I did watch a lot of Jackie Chan growing up, but it's kind of like the influence was like from my dad. Which means that like I didn't really get to pick the movies. Like I was kind of at the whim of like whatever he felt like bringing home in terms of like food and entertainment. So like you know, martial arts movies. So I haven't seen this movie, so I don't know the exact context of this, but I love the fights. And I thought it was very realistic and just fun to watch. I think they did a good job of showing like some practical stuff and kind of some like more like traditional martial arts styles here. So let's give it our scores, you guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that like. I really want to give it a 10, but I don't know if I can. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it, guys. Let's give it a 10 out of 10. Amazing realism. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty legit. I think strategically, I did mention some stuff that I would have done different, but again, it's like that's a creative standpoint of like, you know, if I was me in that situation, here's how I would go about the fight. Also, it's easy to say like stuff like that when like in retrospect, right? Like in the moment, it is hard to think of a game plan right on the spot. I thought that the realism was, I thought, you know, for me, I didn't see anything wrong with that scene at all. It's like they had the parries very realistic. They had the strikes seem like very real. The only thing I thought that I was thinking of like not giving a 10 for was like the whole like bull rush with like your forehead out. I don't think that does anything, but I don't think it takes away from the scene and how good the martial arts was. On a scale of 1 to 10 for the realism, I'm also gonna give it a 10. Like, it was such a short clip, but I thought like so much was happening into it. It's so cool and so like realistic. Like if you've seen my channel before, you guys, you'll know that I rarely give out 10s if it's not pretty realistic, because I just can't get my head around it then. So I really enjoyed this, and what I also liked a lot is that like it wasn't like shaky screen, like, you know, like the Bourne movies where it's like the screen's like flicking like the guys like going like this, like you can hide the choreography. They're changing angles every 3 seconds, like 2 seconds. Like here, yes, it's not a one-take clip. Like they did change perspectives a couple times, but overall, you could see what was happening. You could see the martial arts happening. You could see the choreography, and I just really enjoy like seeing the actual stunt. You know, I don't want the cloak and daggers version of the stunt. I want like to see what's going on, even though I know it's choreographed and, you know, for the sake of a movie. So it's just some good stuff, you guys. I really enjoyed this, and maybe I'll try to like watch the full movie now, since I actually haven't seen it. So comment below what your score is. Like, do you think I scored too high? Let me know. Or anything I missed to talk about, again, let me know. Or have you seen this movie? You can tell me like what's going on here. I'd love to hear from you in case I don't get to watch the movie sometime soon. I hope you enjoyed that breakdown, you guys, and you found some value in it. And thanks for hanging out with me. All right, and I hope I'll hang out with you again soon. It's been John, aka Bruce Lee. I'm a kickboxing teacher in Canada, and I'll catch you next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.